Anti-inflammatory foods. Hi, I'm Angie. Thanks for joining me here in the perfectly imperfect kitchen for Life Squared.
Welcome to Life Squared, brought to you by the Perfectly Imperfect Network, from imperfect folk everywhere.
Anti-inflammatory foods. We talk about them all the time here because the Life Squared diet is first and foremost about inflammation and eliminating it as much as possible from your life so you can live happy, healthy, active life for as long as you possibly can. Now, I've got a few of the foods here, but we have 13 total, and most all of these we've already made an individual video about. So if you want to know more, please check out those videos because the Life Squared diet is here for you. And I like to say it first attacks inflammation. Second, it helps to rebuild your brain. And third, it's about weight loss. So let's get started. Berries. Number one is berries. They're antioxidants and they reduce the risk of inflammatory diseases. So if you eat a lot of berries, you're probably helping yourself to maybe not develop an autoimmune or an inflammatory disease. If you already have an inflammatory disease, you're going to help reduce that inflammation by eating berries, all kinds of berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, most any berry you like is an anti-inflammatory. Number two, fatty fish. Fatty fish would be salmon, sardines, anchovies, herring, and mackerel. These contain EPA, DHA, and of course, our favorite, omega-3. Because omega-3 really helps reduce inflammation. Now, eating a lot of fish, you have to be careful about mercury. Salmon seems to be pretty safe. There are a lot of fishes that aren't that safe. My doctor made me cut way back on tuna. I love tuna. I love sushi with tuna. And he made me cut back to twice a week on tuna. Because he was fearful that I was eating so much I was going to get in trouble with mercury poisoning. One fish you can be sure of that does not have mercury is sardines. I know. You go, oh my gosh. The reason sardines are not dangerously high in mercury is because they don't eat other fish. Yeah, they're vegetarians. They eat vegetation that does not contain mercury. Now, you have to be very careful about buying sardines because there's been a problem with people buying it packed in olive oil, and it wasn't really olive oil. It was some really bad oils, like corn oil, which you don't want, and that would be kind of like counteracting all the good the sardines were creating in your body. So, what you want to do is you want to buy it packed in water, mustard, tomato, but not oil. If you can, you really should eat them with the heads on. I haven't done that yet, but I did buy some with heads. And I've always eaten them without the heads. I like eating them with some cut up avocado and some healthy salsa or tomatoes because that sort of cuts down on the fishiness. The one really great thing about sardines is, number one, how healthy it is, but number two, how cheap it is. You can buy a can for $1. And, there are not many healthy foods that are that cheap. And here at the Life Squared diet, we really do want to make an effort to show you how you can eat healthy without spending lots and lots of money. So, one good choice is sardines, and we will be coming up with more and more ways and showing you more and more ways to eat fish, and particularly sardines that just make it taste good and keep it really healthy. Number 3, broccoli. Yeah, those little Jurassic-like trees. Very good anti-inflammatory food. So keep eating your broccoli. Number 4, avocados. Oh, I love avocados. In fact, I would have one to show you, but we haven't been shopping yet this week, and we've eaten all the avocados. So we really love avocados. They're very versatile. They're very easy to eat. We have a whole video about avocados. It's a really great food to feed your babies because you don't have to cook it. You don't have to mash it. You just cut it, and kind of stir it around, and you can feed your babies just like that. How many raw foods are that easy to feed your small children? Number 5, green tea. If you can drink green tea, it is so good for you. It is very good for weight loss. I happen to be allergic to it, and I can't drink it, and I am really, really sad about that because it is a good option. And we all want great options for drinking so that we don't drink really bad stuff. So number 6, peppers. Bell peppers and chili peppers. I eat a lot of chili peppers, and chili peppers will increase your metabolism as well as reduce your inflammation. So, and bell peppers they're just good. Make sure you can increase the amount of peppers you eat. Number 7, mushrooms. All kinds of mushrooms. We talk about Dr. Daniel Amen and Tana and the Amen clinics. They're all about healing the brain and the brain warriors. One of their favorite foods for healing the brain is mushrooms. All kinds of mushrooms. So look for those powdered forms of the mushrooms because those are probably some really great mushrooms that you probably just can't really get your hand on at the grocery store. But keep eating those too. Keep eating the ones you get at the grocery store. But try to add mushrooms to your diet that come in the powder form. Mushroom coffee. We have videos on mushroom coffee and on mushrooms. Please view those because they are such great foods to combat inflammation and for rehealing your brain, and it's good for weight loss too. Number 8, grapes. Love grapes. We have a video about grapes. One of the most surprising things about grapes for me is they're also a probiotic. Probiotics are great for brain healing and overall health. So not only are they anti-inflammatories, they've got probiotics, among other things. Number 9, turmeric. My husband uses a lot of turmeric, both in the pill form and in the powder form. They even have a coffee creamer based on turmeric. It has been used in India for centuries. Sadhguru, the Indian guru, he absolutely encourages everyone to make turmeric a part of their life because it has so many medicinal purposes. One is pain. My husband's trying to cut down on ibuprofen. One way is he is using and taking a lot more turmeric, and it works. It is great for pain. It is a great anti-inflammatory. Most things that are inflammatory are going to cut down on pain. Why? Pain is related to inflammation. Number 10, EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. Make sure you buy cold compress. Make sure you understand that the properties are best when you don't heat it up. That doesn't mean don't use it for cooking, but know that you're going to want to eat some probably every day. I do. On salad or in some other form that you don't have to cook it. Number 11, one of my favorites, dark chocolate and cocoa and cacao. Okay, try to get dark chocolate without sugar. We're going to have a lot of recipes that show you how to make dark chocolate with monk fruit. They have chocolate chips now made with stevia and monk fruit. Try to find chocolate made with something other than processed sugar because you can counteract the good benefits of the dark chocolate by getting the processed sugar, which is an inflammatory food. Number 12, tomatoes. We're getting close to tomato season. In this house, when the farmer's market has tomatoes, we eat an insane amount of tomatoes. We grow tomatoes, we buy tomatoes from the farmer's market. They are just so tasty in season. We're lucky enough to get heirloom tomatoes around here pretty easily, and they're just so good. So know that your tomatoes are great anti-inflammatories. We also have a video on tomatoes. Number 13, cherries. Great food. We keep dried cherries all the time. Dried, fresh, whatever you can get. A lot of people drink cherry juice for pain and for anti-inflammation. We want you to stay healthy and without inflammation so you can live a healthy, active life. That's what Life Squared is all about. It's about your mental health, your physical health, and please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button. We appreciate that. And just pass us along to your friends that can use us. We really appreciate it. And I want to thank you again for joining me here in the Perfectly Imperfect Kitchen with Life Squared.
We really appreciate you joining us today at Life Squared on the Perfectly Imperfect Network. To get more content, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Thanks for watching.